Hey guys, what's going on, dudes? It is David here. We are back with another video. Now, in this video, guys, we shall be discussing yesterday's NASCAR race at the Dover International Speedway. Sorry. Actually, no, I actually got that correct. It used to be called Wait, was it always Dover International Speedway? I think it is, but I know Dover's no longer like a private owned by, like it's owned by Speedway Motorsports, basically. Is what I'm trying to say. But yesterday's race at Dover was a very exciting one up until the last remainder of the laps, where it just became a complete domination fest and a certain driver picked up his first victory of the season. If you guys do not know who I'm talking about, that is going to be Mr. Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott picked up his first official win of the season and broke a 26 race winless streak. Hearing that is shocking, because Chase Elliott is the 2020 NASCAR Cup Series champion and he had a winless streak of 26 races. So when it came to the actual race, a majority part of the first stage was dominated by Denny Hamlin, who ended up going on to win stage number 1. But then there were some issues on pit road with Denny Hamlin. He lost the front left tire changer could not get the tire completely on, and when Hamlin was exiting the pits, the tire actually came off. And it was actually racing Hamlin to the line. It was like neck and neck to see which one would make it to the line first. Was it Hamlin or was it the tire? And Hamlin made it out of pit road before the tire, but obviously had to go back, get the tire put on, and that just started a long day for Denny Hamlin. And I just want to say, this guy cannot catch any luck when it comes to this particular race. Because later on in the race, he was trying to run back into the top 5. And as he was running, I think he was actually first for a quick second. He ends up getting taken out by Cody Ware. Cody Ware gets loose, spins it off of turn number 4. And instead of locking the brakes, he decides to let the car roll to the bottom, and Denny Hamlin's already committed to going towards the bottom, and as he's committed towards the bottom, Cody Ware does not put on the brakes and try and stop him from hitting Denny Hamlin, hits Denny Hamlin, tears up Denny Hamlin's right side of the car, and Denny Hamlin is basically done for the rest of the day when it comes to his opportunity to win the race. I put this fully on Cody Ware, because Cody Ware had the opportunity to brake. He just did not brake. He just let the car roll. If you know that you're coming up and you're battling ahead, you're in front of the leaders, and you spin out, lock the brakes. Literally lock the brakes. That's all you had to do from keeping Denny Hamlin in this race, and Denny Hamlin would have been a very good factor into the final battle between Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott, Ross Chastain, Martin Truex Jr., and that would have been a very good battle. But at the end of stage number 2, it ended up being Ryan Blaney that won stage number 2, beating out Kyle Busch. Now the top 10 for stage number 1 was Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott, Christopher Bell, Ross Chastain, Martin Truex Jr., Kyle Larson, William Byron, Chris Buescher, Kyle Busch, and Brad Keselowski. The results for stage number 2, only 4 cars from stage number 1 finished inside the top 10. And those 4 cars were Kyle Busch, Chris Buescher, Chase Elliott, and Ross Chastain. So, from what you can tell from me saying that, you know those 4 cars were always in the top 10. Now, did they eventually finish in the top 10? Yes, they did. Those 4 cars all finished in the top 10, because as the results are here right next to me, Chase Elliott won the race, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. finishing in 2nd, 3rd place was Ross Chastain, 4th place was Christopher Bell, 5th place was Alex Bowman, who actually pitted on the second to last caution. And I just want to say this, I want to get my 2 cents in right now. NASCAR. Really? NASCAR has a rule that if you pit after the caution is thrown, then you have to go to the tail of the field. When the caution came out, Kyle Busch and Alex Bowman were already on pit road. They were already on pit road, and they did not get lapped while on pit road. So judging from that, Kyle Busch and Alex Bowman should have been on the lead lap, which means Kyle Busch and Alex Bowman should have been battling Chase Elliott for the win. But nope, NASCAR was like, they pitted after we threw the caution. We're going to put them at the tail end of the field. Both of them ended up coming back. Alex Bowman finishing in 5th, Kyle Busch finishing in 7th. But I just want to say this, NASCAR, what are you doing? Because seriously, the rule is if you pit after the caution's been thrown and the pit road is closed, then you get put at the tail end of the field. There was clear footage of them entering pit road before the caution happened, which means that where they came out is where they should start. And considering that they were the first two of the green, what would have been the green flag pit stops, they should be rightfully the leader. But nope, NASCAR decides to put them at the back of the field. They have to drive there all the way back through. They had no shot of winning, considering it was about 50, 60 laps to go in the race. It was just a mess, and I gotta say this right now. The dominant car of this race was Kyle Busch, because Kyle Busch ended up leading the most laps of the race, and he finished 7th. That is down to NASCAR and their ruling, because they called that wrong. Alex Bowman and Kyle Busch should have been dueling this out for the win, and what a moment that would have been. The guy, Kyle Busch, commented on Alex Bowman saying that he backs into wins, and Kyle Busch would have had to battle Alex Bowman for this win. So if Alex Bowman had gone on to beat Kyle Busch couldn't have said anything else bad about Alex Bowman for the rest of the season, because Bowman beat him straight up. But that did not happen. 6th place was Kyle Larson. 8th place was Chris Buescher. Kevin Harvick finishing in 9th. Eric Jones finishing in 10th. Justin Haley in 11th. Martin Truex Jr. actually was running for 3rd and ended up getting blocked down to the inside and ended up spinning out. Went to go after the race, shot to Ross Chastain, because Ross Chastain was blocking a bit aggressively, but in general. Briscoe in 13th. Suarez in 14th. Cole Custer, the last car in the lead lap, finishing in 15th. Bubba Wallace finishing in 16th. Michael Badal 17th. Corey LaJoie finishing in 18th. Corey LaJoie actually had a sneaky top 20 out of there. Eric Almirola in 19th, and Brad Keselowski finishing in 20th. Now, if you're wondering where some other cars that I did not mention, where they finished, Hamlin finishing in 21st after that horrible day that he had. William Byron finishing in 22nd. Ryan Blaney, 26th. Stage 2 winner, finished 26th. 29th was Joey Logano. Joey Logano had a very bad day when it came to this race. 30th was Tyler Reddick, another driver that had a bad day during this race. 31st was Kurt Busch, who ended up getting involved in the incident with AJ Allmendinger during the race. And then 36th place was Austin Cindric, who ended up getting involved in the incident, I think, within the first 20, 30 laps of the race. But, looking at this race, it was a very exciting race. And then NASCAR made that decision to put Kyle Busch and Alex Bowman at the back of the field. And really, ever since when Chase Elliott got the lead, nobody had anything for him. I honestly feel like if Kyle Busch and Alex Bowman had been up there, they would have had a very good shot at battling Chase Elliott for the win for this race. But congratulations to Chase Elliott picking up his first win. Now every Hendrick Motorsports driver has a win, and every Hendrick Motorsports driver is locked into the chase. And when it comes to the next race, we'll just see what happens when it comes to the next race, which is going to be at Darlington Motor Speedway.